Okay, there we go. I'm trying to do this video and the sun's coming up, so I'll start one and then I realize the light's changing and things change color when that happens. I just want to do a quick show and tell. I've been working with this red bison hide that I got probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, because I had an idea in my head and I had to make it, and I happened to have the means to do it. So after this was I don't need another pouch like this. I just made this one that's kind of a starter to get a feel for the material. So this is just a hip bag, Possibles bag. I just added these on it last night just to kind of see how they looked, and now I'm kind of bouncing them around, kind of seeing. They're actually not that noisy because I offset them, the links right there. But anyways, what I've been working on the last probably 3 weeks now is this guy. This was inspired, one, through use of shoulder bags, and second, from what I saw from Ryan from Deep Wood Handcraft. He made one called the Bow Hunter, if you want to look that video up, a long time ago. So I was inspired greatly by him. And even this lacing is actually, he did a tutorial on how to do that. It was a short video. If you're into leatherwork, I definitely recommend looking at his stuff. He unfortunately does not make anything anymore, but he kind of, there's another video where he kind of gives permission for people to use his ideas. And also, I'm not making this stuff to sell, so I don't feel like I'm ripping him off. If anything, it's a tragedy he's not making leather anymore, but it was stressing him out to the point he wasn't happy anymore. So anyways, this is bison hide. It has, versus a flat haversack, this one has a gusset, 3-inch gusset all the way around it. You can see I've added pockets on it on the outside. These pockets give you quick access to stuff, but it also gets stuff out of the bag. And what I was running into, why I did the box looking deal, that will almost, if not stand up by itself, is the flat haversacks. Once I got my stuff in there, and what I mean by stuff is the kit items that I want, and it's like 7 things maybe, that I want in my shoulder bag, okay, versus my belt, or in addition to my belt, or in a kit that stands by itself but also complements that main kit. The flat bags, you put your stuff in, they expand, and it jams everything together. So if there's something in the bottom of my bag, like a folding knife or my first aid kit, whatever, you've got to unload. You can't get your hand down in there, and I can't unload. I don't want to be unloading all my stuff to get down to that stuff. So what this does is it's one shape. It can't really expand beyond that, but it also, the idea isn't to absolutely load this thing up. I have a few things in it that I can work around. So it's the same things I've already had. It's basically a water bottle, poncho, and these will be along the 5Cs just because. But I have another container, a little cook pot, coffee cup, and a fire kit. Those are the main 3 things. Now, as far as tools go, this side pocket here holds my Baco Laplander. So I almost always, when I carry a haversack, I always have my Baco Laplander. And it goes inside, but then it gets moved around. I'm constantly having to rummage around. If it falls sideways, then I have to unload everything and get it, and it's a mess. So now I have a dedicated pouch, and I don't have to unload everything on the inside. On this side, I put this one on just to take up space and kind of give it some shape, but I can put a multi-tool in here. A dedicated multi-tool. It doesn't matter which one. I made it just kind of a universal size. It'll actually, I made it around my Leatherman Wave, which is my biggest one. So I can put any multi-tool in here, but I can have a dedicated multi-tool because I made the mistake last year of getting out. It was early, right before the Corona things took off, but I didn't have my multi-tool. I usually take it and put it in my pocket, clip it to my pocket, because I have that feature on my Leatherman Wave. And I forgot it. I didn't have a backup. And I really regretted it because there was some stuff that I really needed to do, and I couldn't improvise because all I had was rocks and sticks. So that those pliers and those screwdrivers and awls and stuff that you need possibly to do stuff, fix someone else's gear. I didn't have it, so I have a dedicated multi-tool pocket in here, and this one I haven't decided what I'm going to put in there yet. It was just kind of filler. This has a pocket on the front. Again, it's a flat pocket, cell phone, whatever. And it has an interior pocket, which I can't really show you without dumping everything out, but you can see the seam right here. It's about the same size as the one on the front, but it's on the inside. And it has a lovely, and I love this feature. I've actually put it on other bags, but it also has a tomahawk loop. And that tomahawk weighs nothing, but it's a workhorse. You don't have a survival knife. I mean, it's a chopper. Not a good splitter, but it's a chopper. So I have that. And that's all on the outside. So now I don't have to rummage through all the big stuff to get to the hank paracord, bandana, Swiss Army knife, or, sorry about that, sewing kit, the little things that you want in the bottom. And the plan isn't to, I've got plenty of space, but the plan's not to load this thing up to bursting. It's just to have enough room to work around the items in the kit. So that's this. It turned out beautiful, I think. I wanted to have a contrasting color between the blue, the red, and the brown, like the rest of my gear. Or that pouch I showed you, it's got the brown highlights. But I just, all the lacing was supposed to be brown, but as I stretched it and stuff, it lightened up. Same with this guy. This is a lighter colored red because I've got more of this, but it's a little stiffer. It's about the same thickness as this, but it's a stiff leather. Once I started working it and it distressed, it actually faded. So it looks cool, and I know I could darken it up. I can darken it up. There's ways to do that. But now I have a shoulder bag. I also got this really cool belt that went with it. Usually I just use like belts I find at thrift stores to make shoulder straps, and they work great. But this one and I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, but I found this one that had these burnt, so I have some contrast there. And I'm probably going to do some modifications to this still after its main design, but they're going to be little as I use it and stuff. But anyways, now I have the bag that I think I've always wanted, and I love being able to just make stuff, myself. One, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for it. You get to customize it to exactly what you want or what you think you want. And if I ruin it, it's not something I spent $300 for. It's something that I spent a fraction of the price on, had the joy of making it, and if it fails, I have no one but to blame but myself. And I get to learn from any kind of thing. So anyways, that's that, just a show and tell, and I got to get going. I have some other things to do this morning, and we'll see you on the next one.